Okay, a quick warm up, but a quick reminder. Just that's strong for life. I'll show you real quick a little preview. We've been standing, so we're actually are going to do the seated. We'll do a little kind of warm up before we sit down. We're going to do some strength things on the chair, leg extensions, what I call lean backs. They're kind of like a reverse sit up, and knuckle presses, which works in some of our upper body strength. We're then going to work on wall push ups, more of that upper body strength and hand strength, and then more leg slides. Right? We're going to be doing two classic yoga poses, and then a pose, another classic yoga pose, sometimes called chair pose. I like to call it fierce pose because chair pose makes it sound like it's easy, and it's definitely not an easy one. Okay, so go ahead and bring your chair to your mat. Let me repin this. Okay, that tall view of me should still be hopefully pinned. Okay, there we go. So I got my chair on the mat, and right before you sit down, right, just stand here in front of your chair, step out wide, reach back. Go ahead and bring your hands here behind your back. You can either make a fist, you can do that, right? You can do that. Those last two, if your thumbs or fingers, you have any tenderness, those last two might not feel so great. So that's that double fist thing that you can do. These are not in the small of the back. Where I have my hands is right above this triangular bone called the sacrum that's at the bottom of the spine. And once I got the hands in place, I'm going to take the elbows back. Right? I'm going to lean back and lift my chest up and then let my hips come forward a little bit. I'm letting my face lift up, but I'm not letting my head go all the way back. Right? And then to come out of this, bring the face to neutral. Move your knees, bend your hips. Do a little hip shimmy, right? You've got a nice wide stance, right? We're going to push the hips out, right? Side to side, and then do, right, the yoga hula hoop, both directions a couple times, right? And then those whole leg circles. Right? A couple times one way, and then you can see I'm just moving my ankle there a little bit, and a couple times the other way. And I lean over, other hip and leg, a couple times. A little extra movement there for my ankle. Okay. And a little shake for each arm. Reach out wide. A little side bend, right? From the upper body is now doing side bend. We did some lower body side bends. Bring that down. Go ahead and turn your face all the way to the right. Relax those arms and shoulders. Turn your face to neutral. Roll both shoulders up and back, and then turn your face all the way to the left. Bring that back to neutral. Big shoulder roll. All right, we're going to sit down. And as you sit down, try sitting to the front end of the seat, feet right underneath the knees. And we're first going to do some leg extensions. So with these leg extensions, I recommend the hands either come in here and they grasp the sides of the seat, or you make soft fists, you bring those behind you, take those elbows back and push down. We're going to be doing soft fists pushing down. So if your hands are at all fatigued, you might do here either side, right? What I do is I bring my hand in and I grab like that. You can also do what I call adventure options. Your hands could actually be off to the sides for these leg extensions. Definitely is more work. What these look like, right? My left foot is pushing down, my right leg is extending. And I'm going to bring it back in. I'm going to push that right foot down, lift up and extend my left leg out, bring it back in, bring it down, press it down. Right leg, back in and down, left leg, back in and down. And could you all see me? I was a little like this, and I realized I was collapsing. So I lengthened back through the spine. I'm finding my mountain pose. Let's do 3 now. We're going to do a little hold. So press down that left foot, extend right leg out, hold, release, push that right foot down, extend left leg out, hold, and release. As we're holding, don't hold the breath, just hold the shape with the body. Push that left foot down, extend to right, hold, release, push that right foot down, extend left leg out, hold, release. One more of these. Push that left foot down, extend right leg out, hold, release. These are 5-second holds if you're curious. Push right foot down, left leg out, hold, and release. And maybe just let those legs move a little side to side. Let those hands release. Right now we do, I call these lean backs. Lean backs are like a reverse sit up in that you're, instead of sitting up, and actually the sitting up is part of it, but we are leaning back into effort. And then we'll hold a little bit. What this looks like, right, let me turn sideways to get a really clear view of these. Here I am at the edge of the seat, feet are right underneath my knees. Hands could do this again. They can be behind you or holding the chair, or you can have them out here in front of you. You sit up nice and tall. Watch that. That's my tailbone going down to the chair. I even took my chin a little bit, and then I'm going to lean back into effort. And where I'm feeling that effort is here. Once I get there, I stop. I'm going to push down with my feet. And the first round, I'm going to push my feet and I'm pulling. Okay, I want to pull myself forward, and I want to pull out of the chair. Okay. Don't want to pull the chair off the floor. Okay, now take a breath in, blow out that breath. And as you blow out your breath or hum, you pull yourself upright. There's the sit up part. Then what I like to do is go up and we do a little twist down. We're going to do 3 more of those. Plant those feet down, right? Inhale, hands could be in front, right? Super adventure up an option. The side, hands could be on the chair. As you next breathe out, tip back into effort. Hold, tuck the chin down, push down with the feet. Push the floor away. This is going to push you back into the chair. Right? Push the floor away. You're going to feel that through the top of the legs. All right, take a breath in. Blow out your breath like you're blowing bubbles. Slow and steady, come on up. Hold the torso upright. Once you get all the way up, inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist down. We're going to go again. 2 more. Inhale, mountain pose. Hands either chair or in front. Stretch out the feet, push them against the floor. Exhale, tip back into effort. Hold, keep breathing. Push down with the feet, pull. Which you might feel on the top of the legs. You might also feel this more in the back of the legs when we pull with the feet. Okay, here we come up. Take a breath in. Blow out your breath like you're blowing bubbles. Or hum. Come up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, wave it down. 1 more of these is coming up. Mountain pose. Take a breath in. Press both feet down. Exhale, tip back into effort. Push down with the feet. Push the floor away. Hold. Take a breath in. Hum more blow bubbles. Pull yourself upright. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, wave it down. Okay. Now, what I call the knuckle press, I often tend to call this the as if you're going to stand. And we are literally, right, going to bring those hands in. We bring them behind us to the chair, and then we're going to bring our feet under us a little bit, either right under the knees, or you can go a little into compression. And then we push off the feet and the hands and lift upright. Let me show this in profile real quick so you get a sense more of how that looks, right? So the hands have come behind me. You can see the elbows go back, tailbone down, and feet either just under right angle or what I'll call way under, right, which is compression in both the front of the ankle and in the knees. So if compression is contraindicated in either or both of those joints, feet at right angles underneath the knees. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, push down with the hands, push down with the feet. Maybe the tailbone will lift away. And release. Shake out for the hands. Okay. We'll bring the hands back behind us. Elbows back. Take a breath in. Push down. And release. All right. We're going to do just a couple of those. If you like those, they don't hurt your hands, you might consider working up to doing 5, then 8, and then up to 10 of those, right? You don't have to do them all at once. You can do them stretched out throughout the day. Let's, though, come on up. We're going to do some standing. And I got to do a quick camera move for this one. Because these are a wall push-up. And if you've ever had a hand or shoulder injury, there's a chance you have already learned how to do these, right? My picture is just above where I'm going to need to put my hands. So with wall push-ups, my hands aren't here in front of shoulders, which is why that picture is not going to be a problem. Hands are here, right? They're in alignment with the arm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, need just a little more camera on the wall. There we go. Come in here, bring my hands in against the wall. They're a little behind this. What I'm doing is I'm pushing into the wall, and then I'm trying to, it's like I want to push this wall up in the air. Okay. Right at the first, when I'm learning these, I'm squeezing the elbows in and I'm pushing the wall up, but there's no leaning forward at all. Right? I'm just keeping my body in a mountain pose. Right? Give that a little break. If this makes your wrists unhappy, you can do this with knuckles. Let me show you. My knuckles come in, I push in, and then same thing. Right? Push in, push up. Squeeze elbows to torso, push down through the feet, find a mountain pose, and release that. Right? Give that a little shake. Now, as this feels easier, hands or knuckles, push in, push up, lean. Okay, hold, squeeze the elbows into the torso, elbows and upper arms. And now push away from the wall and back up. Let that release. Elbows in, push into the wall, push up, lean. Pause, push away from the wall. Come back up. Let that release. Gonna move that camera over here. Okay, we'll do just our few more. So we did some leg slides in the very first week. Okay. So we did these slides, right? Straight leg slide, straight leg forward. We also did, right? Bent knee slide, bent knee forward. Today, side slides, right? So try that. Straight leg right slide that. Straight left leg out, leaning on the right leg, and then lean on the right leg, slide it in. Slide it out, slide it in. Now, side lunge. Bend the right knee, slide the left leg out. Lengthen through the right leg, slide that left leg up with you. If you're having problems sliding on your yoga mat, you could actually have the standing leg, the right leg, on the yoga mat and the left foot be right on the edge of the yoga mat and the left foot on the floor and actually sliding, right? But make sure you feel a little more confident. Let's flip around and do the other side. So first, I lean on that left leg. I kind of have that way already. Straight leg side out. Straight leg, right leg in. Straight leg, right leg out. Straight leg, right leg in. Now, two side lunges. Bend that left knee, right leg goes out. Lengthen the left leg. Bring that right leg back up. One more of those. Bend, right leg goes out. Lengthen left leg. Right leg comes up. Okay. So getting into the strength of the gluteus medius, that's the side of your hips here, right? That side strength there, but also, right, the movement that lets our legs do that. Because this movement that we do like these, this is how we get out of a car, right? It's how we often get out of bed. It's a really important movement. These ones lead us right into those leg slides lead us right into the classic warrior one and warrior two poses in yoga. So you can see I brought my chair back up, back 2 feet on the mat with me. Okay. I've got that chair within reach. I'm a little step back. I'm going to lean weight to my left leg and step forward into my right leg. Okay. And we've done a little bit of bending, so hopefully that right knee feels okay. This pose is often shown like that, like you're on a balance beam. You can take that front foot a little wider, a little more steady. You can also do this pose with the arms out. The classic way that you see this pose is arms up. If it starts to feel easy, you can start to lift the chest and get a little back bend here. All right, that's our classic warrior one. Now go ahead, let the arms come down. You're going to turn to the left side now, and I'm wiggling this out to be a little wider. Okay, turn just a little bit there. I'm a little more on camera. So this is called a warrior two pose. This is another one. See how my knee is dropping in? I'm going to push into this foot, bring that knee back a little bit. Makes my hip work a little more. But help stabilize that front knee. And to come out of this, I turn forward again, and I usually have to step my back foot around a little bit. Okay. Now to come out of this, right, we stepped into it, we step back out. So that stepping in and out of that warrior one, turning to warrior two, really good with the stabilization muscles in our hips, how our feet and ankles have to stabilize. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to lean onto that right leg, step into my left foot, right? Find the just right amount of knee bend, just right amount of width, right? It can be like on a balance beam or a little wider. Arms can be here, right? If my shoulders are tender, this is perfect. Arms could be here. I'm pushing a little out of that front foot, pushing weight back into the back leg and hip. The back hip though, right? I'm pushing that forward. Now we've been there a little bit. I turn to the right. I stretch out. Notice how I'm going to make that a little bit wider stance. Arms are at shoulder height. There's that knee drop in. I push into that front foot. I open that knee back. A little more work for the hip. Okay, now I'm going to turn it forward. And remember, I said for me, I step my back foot around to come back to that. Now, push out of that front foot, take a step back, right? Two great poses. They're kind of balancing poses while on 2 feet, and they require a lot of hip strength. And particularly moving in and out of them, right, is a great way to challenge our balance and get more strength. Lunges, anytime we're doing lunges, we're building strength. So we're going to end with a pose that I call fierce pose. In Sanskrit, this pose is Utkatasana, and that does not translate to a chair pose, right? It translates to something closer to fierce. Sometimes I've heard teachers call it lightning bolt, which is kind of what the shape of the body is. It's like musical chairs, but there's no chair, right? So it's kind of unfair to call it chair pose. We're here in a mountain pose, right? I'm going to hinge from my knees, hinge from my hips. I'm dropping my hips down. Hands could be in front or they can go up. Now, I want the weight not all in the front of my feet or all in my heels. I want the weight evenly across my feet. to come out of this, I push from my feet and push myself upwards. It's not a sense of something kind of like a puppet string pulling you back upright. You are gathering strength from the earth and pushing yourself back up to vertical. Let's do another one of those. Take a breath in, and as you do, hinge from the hips and the knees. Drop those hips down, arms either in front. I kind of had my shoulders rolled forward, or arms up high. Keep breathing. Now, next inhale, push from the feet, lever yourself back upright. All right. So some poses, particularly looking at building strength. You might, little side note, why do we build upper body and hand strength, right? We think about fall prevention and balance. It's all stuff that's happening from here downwards. So a couple of reasons. In the event you find yourself on the floor and it was not a planned trip, right? You had a fall, which is statistically likely that you will not be able to avoid all falls for the rest of your life. That upper body strength, right, is how we get up from the fall. We need that strength in our upper body to help lever ourselves up again from the ground. And sometimes if we've hurt, right, fallen on a knee and hurt it, we need to really use that upper body strength to help get us back upright. The other reason it's kind of fascinating is that we're starting to see that hand strength may even be a better indicator of health than things like our blood pressure, even, right? Kind of wild. So, a couple of these poses give an opportunity to build that strength of our hands and our upper body for just general health, but particularly so that we have the hand and upper body strength to help get ourselves up from the ground when and if we find ourselves on the ground and it was not planned. All right, next week we're going to be talking all about polypharmacy. Look forward to seeing you then. All about medications. Thanks so much.